We are live. Great show for you tonight. We got a big show. We have a lot of stuff going on in the MMA and the boxing and the influencer boxing and the celebrity space. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. Big story of the night. Big story of the night. Francis Ngannou has been released from the PFL just in time for the UFC White House card. There was a big super fight that all the rumors were talking about in the past, which was Francis Ngannou versus John Jones. And that fight might come true reality for you guys. So we're going to talk about that. We've got another big beef that's escalating quickly. Dana White has been on 2 different interviews now saying he would actually physically himself box Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is a UK boxing promoter who Dana White allegedly stole Conor Benn from. Dana is paying Conor Benn $15 million for a super fight. That was Eddie Hearn's client. Dana says that Eddie Hearn had the chance to match the offer. He didn't match it, so it's not really stealing. Anyway, we're going to get into that and the fact that they are calling each other out and going back and forth with each other's clients. And Dana has said that he will box Eddie Hearn if Eddie Hearn would like to box him. And, we're going to get into that. Dana used to box back in the day. Dana actually was going to fight Tito Ortiz. We're going to get into all of that. Another big influencer doing big, dramatic things. Andrew Tate was arrested in the Middle East. He was detained and he has been released. He was attempting to go to the war. He wanted to go there and have a story to tell. He got himself detained. We're going to talk about that. He is released now. And while that's happening, his rival, Sneeko got banned from Kickman. What did I tell you guys in the other live the other night? That if Sneeko really thinks that certain people are in charge and he keeps calling these people out, what's going to happen to Sneeko? What does he think is going to happen to him? He got canceled. Right? Okay, guys. So don't say I called it. I'm just saying I called it, right? Also, man, we got big news. My teammate Maki has been added to the BKFC. That felony Charles Bennett is on. Maki's from Hawaii. I believe he is going to co-main event or main event for the BKFC. And I have a disturbing and shocking confession for you guys. This one's going to be rough. We're going to get into this tonight as well. This disturbing story. Hurts me to say it, but I have to be honest with you guys. I have to admit it. It's hard to say. I watched some Power Slap. Guys. Like for all the other stuff. Like for me, if you like what I'm doing here, if you like going live, like for all that, subscribe. Make sure you turn the notifications on. That way you know when I'm going live, because I'm just doing it, at all given times. And that way you can hop in the chat with me and we can have a dialogue instead of a monologue. Next, we got to talk about Zevia Soda. It's great. It's delicious. And I'm trying to be the most sponsored athlete on the planet. I love Zevia Soda, so I am going to hit them up for a sponsorship soon. Also, let's talk about Fight Circus. Felony Charles Bennett tees. There's his Cash App if you guys want to hit his Cash App. These are banned by BKFC. I got the super secret squirrel plug for these. So if you want to get one of these, hit me up, King David MMA on Instagram, and I will put you in contact with the undercover Fight Circus store that hasn't even been launched yet. Also, if you know a gym owner and you want to help them out, send them to Studio Millions. Studio Millions will pack their gym. I got a course coming out. It's called Godlike Confidence. If you want to know how I won a belt at 44, a black belt. If you want to know how I got all these professional MMA wins after the age of 40. If you want to know how I went from 242 pounds, everything, right? Dating, relationships, winning fights, anything in your life, it all comes down to confidence. And if you want to pre-order that, I'll give you a super sick 90% off deal. Furthermore, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into this show, the big show tonight. I got more stuff I can plug if you guys are having fun with me plugging it. But, if you want to get paid to post, hit me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But who's keeping track of all that? You know what I mean? Who's keeping track? I get paid to post online. My girlfriend gets paid to post online. My mentor gets paid to post online, right? If you want to get paid on post online, I can teach you how to do it. But that's not what we're here to talk about, right? I'm not here to just talk about getting you a bunch of money. right? That's not the only thing I'm here to talk about, right? And I know you want me to tell you about how I'm going to get you a bunch of money, and you start envisioning money raining down from the ceiling, $100 bills everywhere, right? But we're not here just to talk about that, right? We got important updates going on in the fight community. And, we're going to get right into it. Francis Ngannou has been released from the PFL right in time for the UFC White House card. Whoa, that's big news, right? So now let me ask you guys this. I'm going to ask you guys, because there's some conspiracy theories going on. So I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions. The questions are going to be involving Jon Jones. They're going to be involving Francis Ngannou. The questions are going to be involving Alex Pereira. They're going to be involving Dana White. And they're going to involve Donald Trump. Okay, so let's start at the top. Do you believe Jon Jones is on the White House card? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you believe that Jon Jones is super easy to work with, even though he wants to be on the White House card? Do you believe that Dana White wants to give Jon Jones an opportunity to win the UFC world title, knowing that Jon Jones says he wants this to be his last fight? Do you believe that Alex Pereira wants to be on the White House card? Do you believe that Dana and Donald Trump would like an American to headline the White House card? Do you believe Jon Jones thinks he can take Francis Ngannou down? Do you believe that Dana has legitimate beef with Francis and doesn't want to work with Francis? Do you believe that either Francis or Alex Pereira could be used as bargaining chips to make the negotiations easier with each other, knowing that they have each other as a backup if you were like Dana White? Do you believe that Dana wants Ciryl Gane to fight Alex Pereira for the interim heavyweight title? Do you believe he'd be willing to say that to Jon Jones in order to get Jon Jones to sign a contract that Jon Jones is trying to negotiate on? Do you believe that Dana hypothetically could say that he's going to sign Francis Ngannou to fight Alex Pereira if Jon Jones is being difficult in negotiations? Do you believe it's in the American public and Donald Trump's best interest to have Jon Jones win a fight at the White House? And if he's being difficult in negotiating, that you would want to have some form of leverage to negotiate if you were Dana? All right, so all these questions are leading up to the fact that Francis just got released from the PFL. Now, I train at Extreme Couture. That's where Francis trains. We are teammates. My coach, Eric Nixick, is his coach. We have the same coach. We train at the same gym. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that PFL overpaid for Francis? Do you think that it has a lot more to do with the platform rather than the fighter? So if you put the right fighter on the wrong platform, that could be bad for both parties and you might overpay. But if you got somebody like hypothetically Francis on the White House card against Jon Jones, the same Francis that the PFL allegedly overpaid for would now be valuable to the UFC, because Jon Jones has a high likelihood of taking him down and ground and pounding him in the UFC's eyes. And if you pay Francis the money Francis wants, now you have the biggest mega fight in history, Francis Ngannou, Jon Jones at the White House, with a likely favorite being Jon Jones to win, which is what Donald Trump and Dana White, as Americans, would most likely want. Now, obviously, they can't make that for the UFC heavyweight title, right? Or could they? Could they make Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira for the interim heavyweight title? Could they do that? Could they strip Tom Aspinall? I'm asking questions, guys. These are questions that the people have. I'm just saying them out loud, right? Like, everybody's thinking the same thing. Like, what is going on? Why can't it just be Jon Jones, Alex Pereira? Oh, wait, Tom Aspinall's the heavyweight world champion. oh wait, Tom Aspinall's not ready to come back and fight, so we can't do John Jones, Tom Aspinall. We can't do Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall. We can't have those fights. But what we could have is Alex Pereira versus John Jones for the heavyweight BMF, for the all-weight BMF. We could have Francis Ngannou versus John Jones. And man, if either one of them win, and they win like an interim belt or they win a BMF belt, now it's like, hey, guess what, Cyril Gane? You're out of here. Let's say Francis won, which as his teammate at Extreme Couture, I believe he has a much better chance of winning than people understand. Francis is freaking huge, and man, that guy is a lot to deal with for anyone on the planet, even John Jones. They're probably going to favorite John Jones in that fight, but in the event that Francis wins, which Francis believes Francis can win, our coach Eric Nixick believes Francis can win. And in the event that Francis wins, and he's the heavyweight champion, now, or the interim champion, can you imagine the undisputed champion Tom Aspinall versus the interim champion who just beat John Jones? It gets John Jones out of the picture because he's the skeleton in everybody's closet, right? He's the guy that like, hey, Tom Aspinall's the champ, but really John Jones was kind of the champ. He just vacated the belt. And then people are going, well, John didn't want to fight Tom. Or did he just want to get paid? Or maybe John's calculated and he wants more footage on Tom Aspinall before he agrees to it. So he's valuing himself as like, hey, man, if you want me to fight this guy I don't know anything about, I'll do it for $30 million. Or he can go fight one more time, 2 more times. I can get some footage on the guy. Maybe I'll do it for $10 million now because I see some things. And I'll go in there this is John in John's head, get an easy dub because I see some vulnerabilities, bounce with 10 million. But if you want me to go in there sight unseen with no footage on the dude, man, it's 30 mil straight up. All right, guys. For those of you guys on the stream right now, make sure you turn the notifications on so you can catch these lives whenever I go live, and hit the chat. But yeah, man, so those are the questions that we got around the card. The other news is that Dana was just on Nina Drama's kick stream, and he just revealed, I don't know if you guys have even seen this yet, he just revealed that a fight just dropped off the White House card. So they were about to release the White House card tomorrow, and a major fight just dropped off. So now the matchmakers are scrambling. That was on Nina Drama's kick stream, right? People can say whatever they want about Nina Drama. She just broke some news on her kick, right? Okay, she's got Dana White on there, and Dana White's over here dropping the gems. So Dana's got the matchmakers scrambling. They're going to have to get something figured out by tomorrow or postpone some of the announcements. Did they get the deal done with Francis? Did they get the deal done with John? Did they get the deal done with Alex Pereira? Man, tomorrow's going to be a crazy day, guys. Tomorrow is going to be crazy. The White House card's getting announced. In the meantime, Dana White might have a matchup of his own. He might be boxing Eddie Hearn if Eddie Hearn agrees to it. Dana White was on Piers Morgan. He was on another interview, and he has said that if Eddie Hearn would like to box, Dana will box him in a real boxing match, in a real boxing fight. Man, that'd be crazy. 2 fight promoters fighting. A lot of people don't know Dana came up boxing. Dana's got a lot of experience. Dana used to spar the UFC guys. Dana has sparred real boxers. Dana travels with his boxing coach, Skipper Kelp, who is an out-and-out legitimate boxer turned boxing coach. Skipper Kelp will hit you with a hook you don't even see coming, bro. That guy's good. So Dana's with him 24/7 practically, right? A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that Dana's got hands like that. And that's not me saying it. They did a full-on embedded that showed Dana boxing. It was an embedded where Dana and Tito Ortiz were beefing. Remember Tito Ortiz? He was giving Dana all kinds of problems, trying to renegotiate at the last minute, ask for $1 million or he's not fighting, like crazy stuff, right? Anyways, they got into it. They were going to box. And as the story's told, which I'm sure there's two sides of the story that's out there is that Tito didn't show up to box Dana. And the rumor has it that it would have been bad for Tito to look bad in boxing, getting boxed up by Dana. And I don't know if they've sparred before. I heard they sparred before, but I don't know that to be true or not true. This is all allegedly, right? But what's not alleged is that Dana really trained for the fight and had a full UFC embedded where he was going to box Tito Ortiz. And now he's talking about boxing Eddie Hearn if Eddie Hearn wants to smoke. So those guys are big beefing. Eddie Hearn just signed Tom Aspinall to essentially a management deal, which I believe might get him some sponsors, might get him some deals outside of the UFC in terms of getting some, ancillary money. But in terms of negotiating with the UFC, I don't know if that was the play. And I don't know if he should let Eddie Hearn negotiate with the UFC on his behalf or not, because, the UFC kind of has their vision for what they want to do. And now you bring in this guy and he's salty at Dana. And now it's like, it's mixed priorities, right? So that's pretty wild. We got another boxing beef, man. This is another celebrity boxing beef. And I would like to see this fight. I don't think this fight is going to happen. Sneeko was allegedly offered $500,000. He turned it down. And then he was offered $1 million plus pay-per-view points to fight Andrew Tate. I don't know what Andrew Tate's thoughts on that fight were. I could ask him, I guess. I could slide in and say what's up to him on his DMs because he follows me on X, who's keeping track or whatever. I mean, he retweeted me. We're like about to crack 1 million views on that video. Whatever, right? Like, that's neither here nor there. I mean, he got multi-millions of views across platforms. When I did a post-fight speech, after winning this belt in Minnesota, I could ask him if you guys want me to ask him. I don't know if you want me to ask him, but if you guys do, let me know, and I can find out. I got access, guys. I can find out. But this isn't about my high level of access and, celebrities follow me and all that. This is about, will they actually box? Andrew Tate versus Sneeko. But the problem is Sneeko just got himself cooked because Sneeko was speaking out about subjects that, if one believes those subjects, one should not speak out on those things and expect to not get canceled. Sneeko got himself canceled. As I said, he was about to do in yesterday's live. Or maybe it was like within the past 48 hours, I said Sneeko was going to get himself cooked. He got himself cooked, right? And now I'm not saying I have insider information. I'm not saying that Dana White follows me, Andrew Tate follows me, and that people are right when they say I'm like in the Illuminati or you know what I mean? That's not right. That's not right at all. I don't have access like that, guys. I don't have access like that. Okay. I mean, these people follow me, but it's not what people think it is. It's not like some conspiracy group of people in shadows that I know about. Maybe out there somewhere that's going on, but to my knowledge, that's not even going on. But I did predict Sneeko was about to get himself canceled, and within 48 hours, he got himself canceled. So, I mean, what he should have done was this. He should have got the bag. He should have renegotiated for $5 million. Maybe they don't give him 5, maybe they give him 3. He should have hired me as his advisor, right? I would have got him the bag. I would have got him all. But you know what? Do it your own way, dog. Do it your own way. Get yourself canceled. Good. So Sneeko is officially cooked. And, I think it's pretty fitting because Andrew Tate is operating at a level of global notoriety and fame where he has to make specific moves considering he has specific court cases going on in certain countries. And there are powerful people in these countries who are watching Andrew's message. And if Andrew's message is a detriment to those powerful people's power, then those leaders of those countries who have criminal cases in those countries against Andrew Tate can make things very difficult. And I'm sure he does not want to go back to jail in a foreign country for an extended period of time. The man's got kids. The man's got a good life, right? Sometimes he maybe he's brought into a meeting where he knows he gets told a little something else, and they make some things known to him that the public doesn't know. And we got Sneeko over here not understanding that what Sneeko's saying is not necessarily what Andrew's able to say at Andrew's fame level, whether you agree with it or not, right? And I'm not even saying you should or shouldn't agree with it, right? I'm just saying that there's certain things that will get you canceled, and there's certain things that will get you more than canceled, right? And at Sneeko's level, he got himself canceled. And at Andrew's level, Andrew played a little different chess game. And Andrew is currently free. And Andrew still has his platform. So that's what's going on with Andrew Tate and Sneeko. I was hoping to see him box. I thought that would have been fun. Speaking of people punching each other in the face, my teammate Maki just he just agreed to a fight in BKFC in Hawaii. So, it's going to be an Extreme Couture Christmas in April because we're going to Hawaii and we're going to bring back some dubs. We're bringing back dubs to Extreme Couture. And so, as you guys know, I've been coaching Felony. And if you don't know, well, then now you know. Felony got 16 million views for knocking out his most recent BKFC opponent. And we train together every day at Extreme Couture. And now my other teammate is on the card. So shout out to Maki. He's got a big fight coming up. And as good as all this is, as good as it is that my teammate's going to win, as good as it is as Felony, who I'm personally working with, is going to win. As good as it is that Dana White is saying he'll box Eddie Hearn, and as good as it is that Francis is a free agent and we might see him in the UFC, as good as all that is, there's good news and there's bad news, guys. And I'm not proud to say what I'm about to say. I'm not even happy about it. But it's important that I keep it real with you guys. It's important that I'm honest with you guys. This is rough. This is rough for me to say. I watched some Power Slap. Fuck, dude, that's hard to say. That is hard to say. I already drank all my Zevia. I drank it all. It's like, it's gone. What are we going to do? What are we going to freaking do? What are we going to freaking do, guys? This isn't even the energy drink. This has like 34 milligrams of caffeine. This is just fun to drink, right? This is just like a soda with no guilt. And I'm over here watching Power Slap, drinking Zevia sodas. So the reason I watch Power Slap is because my former teammate / former roommate, she was making her Power Slap debut. Okay. And I was like, you know what? This chick lived with me for a while. She's the little homie. Okay. I'll tune in and humor it. I'll humor it. And as embarrassing and shameful as that is to admit, what's even worse, I had fun watching it, y'all. I know, guys. Okay. Feel free to judge me, okay? I'm not saying it's what you should do. I'm not even saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying I enjoyed watching Power Slap. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous, guys. These people, I mean, it's self-explanatory. They're slapping each other in the face. They're knocking each other out. They're putting each other on Alphabet Street, since we don't say the other name of the street where you got wobbly legs and you start. We don't say that anymore, right? We understand the platform we're on. You know what I'm saying? They want us to say LGBTQIA plus street, right? We don't say the other word, even though it's one of the letters in there. We don't say that, right? We keep it very, very terms of service oriented around here, okay? So they're putting each other on that street, slapping the out of each other. Am I allowed to cuss on these lives? Have I been cussing? Listen, I should probably go read the terms of service before I start talking about the terms of service. Okay, guys, you got me. I didn't read the terms of service. I just assume the platform prefers us to say it that way, right? So on Alphabet Street, that's what happens, man. Sometimes you get rocked and then you are acting like an alphabet person. You know what I mean? Until you get your bearings back, right? And then you're good. So these people are slapping it. So, anyways, I'm watching these fights and there's like these 365-pound dudes and they're just 6'5", boom, slapping each other. One guy starts bleeding out the mouth, right? People's faces are turning all kinds of colors. People are power slapping each other, man. And it's getting, I'm like, dude, like as horrible as this seems to do, it's fun to watch, right? And if you can just get over like the guilt and the shame of watching other people just take damage for your fun and amusement, right? And I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I didn't say any of that. I'm just saying I had fun watching it. That's all I'm saying. I had fun watching it, but there was a big problem. My former teammate and my former roommate, she had already slapped earlier in the day, right? She's on the prelims, man. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, King David, man, I thought you were legit, bro. What are you, some Super Mario ass Buster Brown who's friends on the prelims? And the answer is apparently yes. I thought she was on the main card. I tuned into Power Slap, right? I didn't even assume, because, I'm a main event and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I go. So I'm just assuming the same thing. Oh, she's on the main card. Like, I don't even think about that, like the prelims, right? It didn't even cross my mind, guys. She was on the prelims. So I didn't even see it. So I'm over here watching Power Slap. I'm cooking these tortilla pizzas, in the kitchen for my girlfriend. We went and got stuff from Whole Foods and Sprouts. We got organic ingredients, because I'm a little bourgeois like that, y'all. You know what I mean? I claim that I'm a man of the people, but honestly, I'm not shopping at Walmart, okay? I'm going to Whole Foods. And, Felony and I get into this all the time. If you want to go see me taking my black friend to Whole Foods, starring Felony Charles Bennett, it's on my Instagram. And, he's got an issue with everything at the store, but I like the store. So I got these organic tortillas, I got organic pasta sauce, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm doing it up because these are low calorie, high protein, like essentially junk food meals you can make if you know how to adjust the macros and replace the bready ass deep dish Pizza Hut crust and you replace it with like an organic, heirloom tortilla, right? You might have 180 to 220 calories in the whole tortilla, right? So I'm making those. I'm running back to watch Power Slap. My girlfriend, she's loving the food. You know what I mean? And then she's watching Power Slap and we're like actually getting entertained over here. And I'm telling her like little, backstories about the little homie who's going to be on and all this stuff. And, she's not even on. So I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch her fight. I just watched some hefty gentlemen. That's what we'll call them. Very, very hefty gentlemen. Big boys. I watched some big boys. I watched some big boys man on man slap each other and I enjoyed it. Okay? Pause. Anyways, I love you guys. That's tonight's live. Francis is released from the PFL. Let's hope there's a big announcement tomorrow. Let's hope it's John Jones, Francis Ngannou, White House card, main event, Dana White, Donald Trump. You know what? Let's hope the co-main. Let's hope the co-main is Dana White versus Eddie Hearn while we're at it. You know what I mean? Let's have some fun, guys. I love you guys. My girlfriend is done doing a writing assignment. She's a genius. You know what I'm saying? She basically got a 1600 on the SATs. It's not even her first language. She taught herself English, right? She taught herself English. She's a genius. She's like a novelist. She stunts on me everywhere. She's getting like, I don't know, tens of millions of views on her TikTok. I'm over here trying to be MMA influencer. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, so she's done. I'm going to go chill with her. We're going to go watch a movie or something. And I love you guys, man. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and bang the notification bell so that you don't miss the live because I see people popping on right now, but the live's over, right? I want to chat with you. I want it to be a dialogue, not just a monologue. I want to have a conversation, right? Not a rant. You know what I mean? I'm willing to rant. If you want me to rant, I can do that all day. You guys see we're 30 minutes deep in this thing. I haven't stopped talking. I haven't even taken a breath. All right, this is what I do, y'all. But I would rather have it be a dialogue. I'd rather have you chat with me. I'd rather hit your chats. I'd rather have it be interactive. I'd rather answer your questions. I'd rather hear your viewpoints. I'd rather listen to you, see how your day's going. I want to know how you're doing. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and bang the notification bell so you can hop on the next live with me. I love you. I'm out. Peace.